I'm from New Jersey, as you guys know. And when I was growing up in high school, that's when The Sopranos came out. Some call it the greatest sitcom of all time, especially those that have to get away from, why doesn't anybody like my show anymore? Well, unfortunately, one of the main cast members of The Sopranos, somebody who went to my alma mater and is Jewish, and unfortunately is a Zionist as well. And that is Jamie Lynn Sigler, who unfortunately doesn't really like the fact that a lot of Hollywood actors led by Mark Ruffalo and Javier Bardem are leading efforts to excommunicate anybody affiliated with Israel. And she decided to sit down with Mr. Platt, another Zio scum, and talk about her hurt feelings and about how people just don't understand.
Surprised by the division that was felt within our industry. I was really, really shocked that these type of people could not see the nuance and could not see the complexity of the situation and to, boycott working with Israeli artists. I mean, come on, like artists and creatives, these are the people that are speaking from the heart and care about humanity and want to express through their medium healing and visibility and truth, and to think about censoring anybody that can do that because of where they come from. It feels so contradictory to the industry that we're in and what you're supposed to get.
Let me be very clear, Mr. Platt and Miss Sigler. You are not from there. You are Ashkenazis, possibly Sephardics. You are not from there. And yes, Buscemi was not only a principal actor in the 5th season, but he was one of the most consistent directors of the show. Now, as you all can see, I bear a resemblance to several different actors, including Buscemi. But no, I was not on the show. Never really cared much for Sigler. I didn't really care for her one way or the other. But this level of psychosis that these people put themselves through, it's our land. It's where we're from. Boy, I tell you, the two of them together, boy, they really are native to that part of the world. Let me assure you, maybe 10,000 years ago. But holy shit. Cry me a river and then some. Well, she's acting up a storm right now. Yeah, let's just pair her with Deborah Messing and Noah Tishby and be done with it already.
And what you're supposed to support. And I get every day comments on any Instagram post I make, she's a Zionist, she's a Zionist, she's a Zionist, she's a Zionist. And I'm just...
Yeah, you are. Like, do you not admit that you're a Zionist? You do. And now they're using it against you, and you don't like it. Did you see what Shane Gillis did to Chelsea Handler? She's having a conniption fit because he decided to call her out as a Zionist, and she didn't like it. And it's always these privileged neoliberal women that can't take this shit. Can't take it. And Shane Gillis was, my God, how could you not love him in terms of how he did it? He just said, Chelsea Handler's a Zionist. That's all I wanted to say. And she hated it. Let's not be too hasty. Jamie Lynn Sigler hasn't completely chopped up her face. Not yet, anyway.
Like what?
Being Jewish with Jonah Platt. Let's kvetch a little bit more. She's got a little bit more to say.
To see an entire nation of people diluted into one single political view. It's the same way you could do about America. You can't have one thing represent an entire nation of people and then reject why Israel exists.
Yes, we can, and yes, we will. Israel does not have the right to exist. It shouldn't exist. And if the trajectory stays on course, which it looks like it won't exist. And you can cry about it and piss and moan about it until your heart's content. But you are on the wrong side of history, and I can only hope and pray to whoever's above that it costs you everything, that you have nothing to show for it. Maybe all of you Zios can get together and form your own, film production company. Jen said it best. You had a 3-week grace period to get your mind right after October 7th. By November 1st, if your mind wasn't right about what was going on, you are a criminal against humanity. If you are still on board with this shit right now, whatever happens to you, you deserve no sympathy. I don't care how bad it is. In this moment, right now, in this moment, she's on a pretty wide-reaching podcast with another Zionist bitch complaining about how Israel is just misunderstood. Did you not see the clip of all of the Zios celebrating the carpet bombing of civilians in Lebanon? We're not even talking about Gaza now. Don't allow Netanyahu to be the only person that we disrespect. We know that that's what the politicians do. We know that they just go out and blame them, that they're the ones at fault. But no, you just can't help yourself.
It's just, you're erasing history, or you're erasing so many stories and so many things that have led to this moment. Comments on.
You mean since 1948? Yeah, some history you've got. There is no excuse for being this affluent and this naive. And she's affluent. She made a lot of fucking money off that show. In large part because of James Gandolfini, because he made sure they got paid. And boy, did they get paid, especially in the last few seasons. As you can see by her background, she is not struggling to survive. She's very comfortable. Pretty much like all Zionists, especially Jewish Zionists, they all pretty much follow the same trajectory. They are living very comfortable lives, and they don't want to be inconvenienced, like that numbnuts in the DMV. And this is inconvenient for them. Let me tell you, you know who's going to get really rich once the state of Israel no longer exists? Psychotherapists.
On any Instagram post I make, she's a Zionist, she's a Zionist, she's a Zionist, she's a Zionist. I don't understand what you're trying to broadcast to the world about who I am. You're not saying anything about me.
We're saying everything about you. Your identification with a genocidal cause is everything. Everything you did from 1999 to 2007, it's amazing how long it's been. It's been 20 years. Still cruising off of The Sopranos, but let me tell you, you only got to get it right once. You have an all-time show. Good for you. She became very wealthy as a result. You have no leg to stand on. You deserve to be cut down like a weeping willow tree. And as I said, you can weep now from now until the end of time. You are not a victim. You're an oppressor. You might not believe it, but you are part of the problem, as are a lot of others. All that work that you did, it's over now. It's not like she really did anything outside of The Sopranos. However, she was a big part of The Sopranos. She was one of the main featured players on the show. The only person on The Sopranos that I know that has decent politics is Steven Van Zandt. I just wish he could convince his best friend, Bruce Springsteen, to have a bigger set of balls like he does. But this is why we have to continue to speak out against this. I'm going to save this story for Monday night, even though I know Jen doesn't like talking about politics, but we're at the 2.5 hour mark, so I'm kind of done at this point. But I wanted to be able to talk about, oh, Kenman, that's why I appreciate you, my friend. John Landau, for those that don't know, has been Springsteen's longtime manager. He is Jewish, and I believe he is a Zionist. And they've been together for 50 years. So yes. There are those that are convinced that somehow, some way, Israel is going to come out of this. They're not. They've sealed their fate. And those who choose to continue to support this nonsense, you earn what you get. And many have earned it. I can't feel an ounce of sympathy for Jamie or anyone else. That's long gone. Debbie's doing what Debbie does. I say this to Sheila McCormick, Elijah Manley, Luther Campbell. You all better come up with a plan. It'll be on all of you if you allow her to get in. She set the cards on the table. Now you have to be strategic. And there are ways to do it. Politics is about making deals. You don't have to make illegal deals, but it's about making deals. So let's figure out how to make sure that she doesn't get in there. She's counting on all of you fucking up and her getting in. So don't fuck up. It's really that simple. If you consolidate, it doesn't matter how much money she has, she can't win. She knows that. She's counting on you fucking up. So don't fuck up.